until finally they accepted the anatomical view, which finally led to scientific proving of the brain. Today, God willing, we are going to tackle the different levels of analysis of neuroscience. I hope I'm clear to everybody.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. As you can see from the slides, there are different levels of neuroscience, but they all make up for one purpose and aim. It's just like the way our body is broken down into sections, but they are all in one body. In the same way, that is how these levels are. For instance, we often break down the human body into the micro levels leading to the macro levels, from the cellular level to the organal level, then to the systemic level, and then to the body. In the same way, these levels of analysis, as our notes are telling us, that they are complementary, though they are different, but they are complementary, so that it tells us how the brain works, from its smallest biological component to the most complex human behavior and experiences. Now we are trying to explore these levels and then see how best it is going to be relevant to health. For that matter, we can let somebody start. Somebody can read, then we move. Hello.
Okay.
Who will volunteer to read?
The today's lecture.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the screen, or
It's on the screen. Yeah.
In neuroscience, levels
Okay.
of analysis are different but complementary ways of explaining how the brain works, from the smallest
Yeah. I don't
biological
know. Is it
component.
my phone or your voice is sounding faint to me here?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. In neuroscience, levels of analysis are different but complementary ways of explaining how the brain works, from the
Mhm.
smallest biological component to the most complex human behaviors and experiences.
Yes. Go on.
No single level is complete on its own.
Yes.
Understanding the brain requires integrating all the levels.
Yes. Integrating all the level before you understand the brain properly. If not, you only know one side.
Okay. Below is a clear, structured, teaching-friendly explanation suitable for health education, neuroscience, and applied practice.
Yes. So let's move. The first level. The first level. That
Okay.
is a molecular level.
Yeah, I'm coming, please.
Okay.
My screen. Mm,
It is best you go back to the page and follow. It's very, very so that you can just follow throughout.
okay. Let me continue, so that we.
Okay.
So one, the molecular level,
The molecular level.
the chemical foundation of brain,
Mhm.
what it studies.
Okay.
Neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, GABA, glutamate, hormones and neuromodulators, ion channels, receptors, enzymes, genes, and gene expressions.
Okay, let me come in. The molecular level. We have the first level at the molecular level. From there, we have the cellular level. From there, we have the systemic level. Then we go on to the cognitive level. These are the various levels. Now, when you come to the molecular level, they are actually talking about the chemicals, the hormones, the other related chemicals that act together to bring about whatever we are looking for in the brain. So it is telling us that what we are going to study about this level include neurotransmitters, neurotransmitters, and they are giving us example of what the neurotransmitters are. Example, because they didn't say neurotransmitter, it means there are many. And so they are giving us an example of neurotransmitters. And the first one is dopamine. Dopamine is released in the brain, and among others, it regulates your movement. It sometimes even regulates your speech, the way you speak. It regulates your peripheral nerves, among others. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is very, very vital in every human being. The next one is serotonin. Some call it serotonin. No, it's serotonin. Then we have GABA. Gamma butyric is gamma something butyric acid. Yes. So it's an abbreviation. Then we have glutamate. So these are the neurotransmitters. Then we shall also be studying about hormones and then neuromodulators. Modulated, that will regulate our neurons. Whether they are high or they are low, we'll be able to modulate them or regulate them. We shall be studying about that. Then we'll also talk of ion channels. We shall talk of receptors. And then we also will be talking about enzymes. We shall be talking of genes and gene expression. These are some of the subtopics that we shall be tackling at this level, the molecular level. Let's move on. We shall be coming back to that. The key question.
What chemicals and genes allow neurons to communicate?
What chemicals and genes allow neurons to communicate? It means that neurons communicate. So which of these chemicals that we mentioned at the top or before will allow these neurons to communicate? They are going to give us example.
Low serotonin leads to mood dysregulation.
Yes. The next one. Dopamine pathways.
Motivate
And reward.
Motivate and reward.
And reward. No, that is the end. Dopamine rewards and motivates. Then the next one is GABA.
Calmness and sleep.
Yes. GABA acts like a inhibitor. It slows down. There are some people, sometimes if you are too excited, it can lead one to trouble. So in your system, GABA will come in or set in to calm the person down. If not, if you are overexcited, it could lead to trouble. Let's move to the health relevant so that we'll come back to the first one.
Nutrition supply amino acid.
Wow.
vitamins and minerals for neurotransmitters. Drugs, herbs, and supplement act at this level.
Mhm.
This is the
So,
chemical of thought. Okay.
yeah, no, complete.
This is the chemical, this is the chemistry of thoughts.
Certainly. These are the chemistry, or this is the chemistry of thought. It means before we think, there are chemicals that should be released for you to think properly. Or if somebody is not thinking properly, it is telling the person that the person is deficient or is becoming deficient in certain chemicals. For instance, if a person has low serotonin, what will happen? It will lead to mood dysregulation. Your mood will go down. You will be difficult to control your mood, among others. When dopamine pathways are low, it can lead to troubles. When they are high, GABA will come in to cool them. So they serve like brakes, GABA. Now, let's come back to
Yeah,
the
please,
I want us to come back to the neurotransmitters.
please, I want someone to continue. A patient is in.
No problem, no problem. Please, somebody can continue. Who will help us?
I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let me start from the beginning, the molecular level. The chemical foundation of the brain, what it studies. Neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, GABA, and glutamate, hormones and neuromodulators, ion channels, receptors, enzymes, genes, and gene expression. Now, key question: what chemicals and genes allow neurons to communicate? Example: low serotonin leads to mood dysregulation.
Okay.
Dopamine pathways, motivation and reward. GABA, calmness and sleep.
Okay.
Health
Now,
relevant. Okay.
I would like us to go back to our page, the class page, because there are so many hanging questions we need to answer. Most often than not, I prefer we go through them so that the idea of, "Oh, I didn't understand this, I didn't understand that," is out. So I'm trying to send it to the page so that we go through them so that we will better understand the topic. I have sent it. I don't know whether you've seen it. Please, I will seen it. Go to the page. I just drop it.
Yes, sir.
For us to understand better this particular session, we need to clear these things from our mind by understanding them so that it will be free flowing. If not, your mind will start asking you questions. For instance, who read? Brief explanation of each. Please read for us.
All right, sir. Give me a minute. Yes.
Have you seen it?
Mine is now loading. Okay, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Protons,
So,
neutrons, electrons,
yes, sir.
nucleus, element, molecule.
Protons.
What are
These
they?
are positively charged particles in the atom. That's for protons. And
Please, I hope you
neutrons.
are following. We have negatively charged and positively charged.
Yeah.
Our cells are put together not because they are tied, but they are negative and positive ion bond together. So the end of the cell, the top is positive, the down is negative, and then it is connected to another cell whose head is positive. So it bonds with the negative of the lower part of the cell, and this is how we are bound together. I hope it's clear.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So the positive one are known as the protons, and the negative one are known as the electrons. Please move on.
Neutrons.
Okay.
This represents the neutral particles. They don't have either negative or positive ions on it.
So
Electrons are
nutrients,
negative.
let me talk.
Okay.
Nutrients are the neutral. They are neutral. They are neither positively charged or negatively charged. They are neutrons. They don't have either whatever. But what do? They add mass and stability to the nucleus. The nucleus is the heart of the cell, and our cells are having these things. You will find it in the cytoplasm. So you will find the neutrons inside the cytoplasm. Please carry on.
Electrons. Electrons are the negatively charged particles that
Very
move
good.
around the nucleus.
So the opposite of the protons are the electrons.
Electron.
And they are the one that bond together because they attract. It is like male and female. It is like men and women. So they are protons and then electrons. Then the neutrals are known as the neutrons. Let's move on, brother.
The nucleus.
Nucleus.
This is the core of the atom. It is made
Yes,
of protons and neutrons.
certainly is the heart of the cell. If the nucleus has a problem, the cell will die. So the nucleus is the core of the atom. Let's move on.
Element.
Element.
A pure substance is defined by its number of protons.
You
Molecule
know,
is
we often write, okay, move on, I'm hearing. A pure substance is defined by its number of protons. And they are giving us example. Hydrogen. According to the research, they have 1 proton, but oxygen has 8 protons. Let's move on to molecule.
molecule. Molecule is substance with 2 or more atoms chemically bonded together.
Mhm.
Memory
And they are
tip.
giving an example.
Example H2O, CO2, and O2.
So molecule is more or less like the unit of whatever you are talking of. So you see the first one is H2O. That is water. And then we have carbon dioxide.
Oxide.
Then we have oxygen. They are giving us example of the molecules. Let's move on to the memory trip.
Memory tip. Protons and neutrons form the nucleus.
Okay.
The electrons orbit it. Elements define atoms, and atoms join to form molecules. This
Okay.
is the full foundational chain of matter used in chemistry, biology, medicine, and neuroscience.
Yes. They are telling us that is like a summary. Protons and neutrons form the nucleus. And the electron, they go around it. That's what they call the orbit. They go around it, and then elements define atoms. And the atoms join to form what? The molecule. So getting this understanding, when we go back to the notes, we are going to easily understand what we are talking of. Let's move on to the next one, GABA.
GABA stands for
Butyric
gamma
acid.
aminobutyric acid.
That's why I was saying that it's an abbreviation. So the G stands for GABA, gamma. The A stands for amino, and then the B stands for butyric, and the A stands for acid. So gamma aminobutyric acid, GABA. What does it do?
GABA is the main inhibitory neurotransmitter in the human brain.
Neurotransmitter in the human brain. The other name of neurotransmitters is called chemical messengers. The other name is called chemical messengers. Let's move on.
Simple explanation.
Mhm.
GABA is a chemical that slows down brain activity and
Yes,
helps keep the nervous system calm and balanced.
yes, I think it's clear now. What are its key functions?
Key functions: it reduces anxiety and stress,
Wow,
promotes relaxation and sleep, prevents overexcitation of neurons, controls muscle tones, protects the brain from seizures.
yes. So it is telling us that if one is too anxious, it means the person might be having a challenge with GABA, because GABA is to tone you down, is to slow you down. So if it is over, it means that person might be having a challenge. It's not a foregone conclusion. That's why I'm using the word might be having a challenge with GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid. They say it reduces anxiety and stress. It means we need GABA in our system to cool us down, especially in terms of stress. What else does it do? It promotes relaxation and sleep. Of course, once stress is reduced and then your anxiety also reduces, you will feel calm and can sleep. The next one is it prevents overexcitation of neurons. Yes, by calming them down, the neuron will also calm down. For that matter, they are related. It controls muscle tone, certainly, because of the calmness. And then it protects the brain from seizures. We all know what seizures can do to a human being. It's not a good experience. Let's move on.
What are the following?
No,
Neurotransmitters.
in one teaching line,
Okay, in one teaching line, GABA is the brain's natural brake system.
it is the brain natural brake system.
Brake system.
So if we are not having enough GABA, it means we are going to be behaving like young konkwa. You are just going no way to stop. And it's not a good thing. Now let's move on to the next one.
What are the following?
Yes,
Neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters
neurotransmitters. Because
are
we will meet them in the notes.
is it? Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that carry signals between nerve cells, the bracket neurons. Role: they allow oh, sorry, sir. They allow neurons to talk to each other across tiny gaps called synapses.
Wow. There are gaps in our in the brain, for that matter, in our body, and they are called synapses. And
Yes.
so neurotransmitters they communicate to each other by allowing the neurons to do that for them. And they are giving us example of the neurotransmitters or the chemical messengers. Like we are talking now, dopamine,
Dopamine, serotonin, glutamate, and GABA.
serotonin,
Serotonin, glutamate, and GABA.
glutamate, and GABA. So the next question is what is dopamine?
Now, dopamine, a neurotransmitter link. A neurotransmitter linked to reward and motivation.
Yes. What does it do? How does it do the rewarding?
Now, function: pleasure and satisfaction,
Yes. What it's
motivation.
trying to tell us is when you are excited, you release dopamine.
Dopamine, yeah.
When you are motivated, means your dopamine is active. We also have other messengers that will let the person feel down or depressed. But in the case of dopamine, it gives you the excitement. It motivates you. It rewards you. Let's move on.
Okay. Sorry, I have a code. Now, motivation and goal seeking, movement
Mhm.
control.
That is it. You gain motivation when you release adequate dopamine. It also pushes you for your goal seeking. What it does again is it controls our movement. Then it also supports us in learning. However, when dopamine levels are low, it can lead to Parkinson's disease, high dysregulation, and then addiction. I pray that we are able to use dopamine to end today's lecture by talking more about the Parkinson's disease in relation to dopamine. The first time I heard it, I was like, wow. So what do I do to raise my dopamine level? And what will happen? What will I do for my dopamine level to also go down? When we don't have enough dopamine levels, we are likely to face challenges including the Parkinson's disease or dysregulation, or it can also lead us to be addicted. We will come back to that. Let's move on to the next one.
All right, serotonin.
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 Mhm.
Okay. A neurotransmitter linked to mood
It
and
is
emotional
also
balance.
a neurotransmitter. A neurotransmitter. Carry on, senior.
That is linked to
Mood
mood
and
and emotional
emotional
balance.
balance. If you will be excited, neurotransmitter also, as I said, serotonin also has a role that it plays to regulate our mood and then our emotional balance. If you are too emotional, it's not good. For that matter, you need to regulate your emotion. Some of us, our emotions are so bad. Small thing you want the world to stop because the person is too emotional. If you are too emotional, it can kill you. I know of people who died because they were too emotional. If one is too emotional, it sends bad hormones into your system, especially adrenaline, among others. And when it goes and you are not under any threat, it becomes toxic in the person's system. And where does it go? It goes into the bloodstream and begin to circulate into the system, and it begin to what? To cause toxicity in the blood circulation. For that matter, we need to be very careful about the way we control our mood and our emotions. Now, what are the functions of serotonin?
Functions of serotonin. Happiness and calmness. Sleep
Yes, happiness
regulation.
and calmness. That is one.
Sleep regulation.
It regulates our sleep. Yes, next one.
Appetite control.
Appetite. 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 Yes.
Pain perception.
Our pain perception. It has a role to play in our pain perception. And the
Low
last,
level. Depression and anxiety.
yeah, when serotonin levels are low, It can lead to depression. It can also make person to be too anxious. So you see, they are interconnected. They are interconnected. Let's move on to the next one. Glutamate.
Glutamate, the main excitatory, sorry, neurotransmitter in the brain. Functions: learning and memory,
Come here, please.
thinking and reasoning, brain
Okay.
development. Okay. Too
Yes.
much can cause brain
Glutamate
damage.
is the main excitatory neurotransmitter in the brain. You can see that these messengers are interconnected. Their functions relate. You see them appearing in other chemical or other messengers function, like regulation of sleep, appetite control, and then happiness and calmness. Here is also saying what? Number one, learning and memory, thinking and reasoning, brain development, and then it can cause brain damage if it is too much. So we need to be careful. Let's move on. We'll see what food we shall be taking or what product we shall be taking to regulate them for us. Let's go back to GABA.
GABA, the main inhibitor.
Move on. Move on. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Peace
Can
out.
I read?
Yes, somebody can take over.
Okay.
Please.
The main inhibitory
Inhibitory
transmitter
neurotransmitter.
functions
Okay.
calms the brain,
It calms the brain.
reduces anxiety,
Yes.
controls muscle tone, and promotes sleep.
Low levels of GABA can lead to
Low
what?
levels, seizures, and anxiety.
Yes, because it reduces anxiety. But when the quantities are low, it cannot reduce anxiety enough. And so the person will be anxious, among others. That is some of the functions of GABA. The next one is what? Hormones.
Hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers released into the bloodstream by glands.
By glands. Example, insulin. Which
Insulin,
gland is insulin coming from?
protein,
The pancreas.
The
The pancreas.
pancreas. The gland is the pancreas. We have estrogen, we have testosterone, we have cortisol. These are all hormones. Now let's see the difference from neurotransmitters. Difference between hormones and neurotransmitters.
Hormones act slowly but last longer.
Wow.
While
Neurotransmitters do what?
neurotransmitters act fast but briefly.
Briefly. Because neurotransmitters are more or less instructional chemical messengers. They give instruction. They give instruction. Do this. So it needs instantaneous what? Acting. You need to act instantly. For instance, how to bend your knee. how to lift your hand, how to close your eyes. It needs instant action. And these are done by neurotransmitters. Unlike hormones, they are released, they act slow, but they act longer period. Neurotransmitters are fast and instant. They don't keep long. So these are their major difference. Let's move on to neuromodulators.
Neuromodulators.
Okay.
Neuromodulators are chemicals that adjust or fine-tune brain activity.
Okay.
Examples: dopamine,
Very good. Dopamine, yeah, continue, senior.
Serotonin,
yeah. Acetylcholine.
acetylcholine,
Acetylcholine. Oh, Dr. Fire. You will mention this. You are studying that. You are sitting in the class. You are confused. What is he saying? Acetylcholine. Norepinephrine.
norepinephrine.
Yes.
They don't.
Okay, so let me come in. Okay. Neurotransmitters are chemicals that adjust or fine-tune brain activity. And you know, we are all aware that the brain gives command to and receive feedback from wherever it sends the commands to. And these are some of the chemicals it sends the command through so that they act on it. That's why they say they don't last. They don't just send messages. They change how strongly neurons respond because they have to be swift in their response. So neuromodulators are the same chemical that we just spoke of, but they try to fine-tune the brain activity. And they are mentioning some of them, like the dopamine, like the serotonin, acetylcholine, norepinephrine. And now, what are their role when these things are sent in the brain? What do? They said they don't just send the messages. They change how strongly neurons will respond. Remember, we are told the neurons are the neutrals. They add up to whatever is happening inside the cytoplasm, inside the cell. Let's move on to the next one, the ion channels. Hello? Hello?
Can I read?
Yes, sister.
Okay. Yes.
Dr. Christine, how are you doing?
I'm good by grace. Well, yourself?
Bye-bye. Let's move on.
Thank you. Okay. So ion channels.
The ion channels.
Yes. Ion channels are tiny protein gates in the neuron membrane.
Okay.
Function.
What do they do?
They control the flow of sodium, potassium.
They control the flow of sodium, salt.
Potassium. Calcium. Chloride. These flow create electrical signals in the brain.
Yes. Remember that the brain also have electrical signals. And these are the players in that role. The sodium, the potassium, the calcium, the chloride. These are the players. And they create the electrical signals, especially the calcium. The calcium in conception, they have to be released. Let's move on.
Okay, receptors.
Receptors.
are proteins that receive chemical messages.
Yes.
Function. They bind neurotransmitters or hormones and start a response. Example, dopamine receptor receives dopamine signal.
Yes. So these receptors are more or less like, I don't know how I'm going to put it. What are they, antennas or whatever? They by the chemical release, they are able to know the target, and then the chemical will go straight to the receptor. And they have different receptors for the different chemicals. I think they are giving us one example here. Dopamine receptor receive dopamine signals. Yes. So it's able to target the receptor, receives the message, and then acts on it at a different place in the body, not in the brain. The command will come from the brain, but the receptor is located elsewhere outside the brain. Yes.
Enzymes.
Enzymes.
Enzymes are biological workers that speed up chemical reactions.
Yes.
In the brain,
Yes. We call them catalysts. We call enzymes catalysts. They support in speeding up chemical reaction without necessarily involving direct in the chemical reaction. They only speed up. It is like we used to have a football called Obey the Wind. Obey the Wind. I don't know whether some of us remember it. It is not heavy. That football is not heavy like balloon. So when you kick it in the direction where the wind is blowing, it is going to move faster than your expectation. But if it is moving against the wind, the blowing of the wind, it will resist. It will not move as expected. So that is how enzymes are. They are catalysts. They support in the speeding up of the reaction, but not necessarily directly involved. Move on, my sister.
In the brain, they make neurotransmitters.
Yes.
Break them down,
Yes.
recycle.
Wow.
And examples are MAO enzymes, breaks down dopamine and serotonin.
Wow. What are MAO enzymes? MAO enzymes. What are they? Let me also find out. Wow. They are monoamine oxidase. Monoamine oxidase. They say it is an enzyme, a type of protein that speeds up chemical reactions found in nerve cells and other tissues. So they are protein in our body that speed up chemical reactions that are found in our nerve cells and other tissues. MAO enzymes. I hope it's clear. Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay. And they break down dopamine and serotonin because dopamine is very vital neurotransmitter. Let's move on to genes.
Genes. Genes are units of information in DNA. Functions. They contain instructions for
Making proteins.
Making proteins, enzymes, receptors, ion channels.
Wow.
Genes shape how your brain is built.
Yes. Genes, especially RNA genes, they support us in doing this. And then what else? The next one, gene expression. Sister Chrissy, continue.
Yes, please. Gene expression. Gene expression means how active a gene is. Not all genes are always active.
Okay.
Gene expression determines which proteins are made, how
Wow.
many proteins are made, when the proteins are made.
Yes.
This explains learning and memory,
Mm-hmm.
brain development, why
Mm-hmm.
environment affects behavior.
Our
Summary.
behavior. So we were trying to understand these so that when we go back to the notes, we will understand what it actually means. Now the summary. Let's come to they send brain messages. The main role of neurotransmitters.
They send brain messages. Example, dopamine is responsible for reward and motivation.
Okay.
Serotonin, mood and calmness.
It is responsible for
Glutamate,
our mood and calmness. Glutamate,
excitation and learning.
learning.
GABA,
Mm-hmm.
inhibition and relaxation.
Yeah, that is the natural breaks in the brain. And then hormones.
Hormones, body-wide signals.
Yes, they send body-wide signals.
Neuromodulators
Modulated. Mm-hmm.
adjust brain activity.
They adjust our brain activities.
Ion channels,
Mm-hmm.
electrical signals.
Wow.
Receptors receive messages.
They receive the messages. So when the transmitters are coming, they are searching for the receptors because they are the ones going to receive the message and then act on it. So they are the receptors. Enzymes.
Enzymes control chemical reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Genes, biological instructions. Gene expression controls which genes are active.
Okay.
Genes build the brain. Ion channel generate signals. Neurotransmitters carry messages. Receptors receive them. Enzymes regulate them, and behavior energizes. This is the modular
Emerges. Behavior
sorry.
emerges.
Yes, emerges. This is the modular foundation of
This is
neuroscience
the
and mental health.
molecular
Thank you.
foundation. This is the molecular foundation of neuroscience and mental health. Remember, we said it is the chemical of the brain. So at the molecular levels, these are the players. These are the ones we are going to. They play the role in the brain before instructions are sent out to whatever we are to do based on what the brain releases. So we can go back to the notes. Now, somebody is giving us feedback. Please. Now, we understand that when there is not enough dopamine, it can lead to challenges. I wanted to pick one of them and see how we can relate it to our business or our practice at our various centers. I'm trying to see if I can locate it. I've sent one. Please, have you seen it? I've sent another one. Mm-hmm. Emma, I don't want noise, please. Hey, keep quiet. Please, I will sing it. Okay. So let's pick dopamine and relate it to Parkinson's disease. Mama Chrissy, you can continue.
Please, can someone take over? Thank you.
Okay. Any other person, please, in the class? Hello?
Please,
Who,
where have
we
we
are
reached?
minute.
What is
Somebody
Parkinson's
Please,
disease?
where have we reached? I was looking for it.
What is
I just
Parkinson's
sent some a text on Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
We are going to relate it to dopamine.
Yeah. I'm continuing.
Okay, somebody said she doesn't know where we are. Please let's
Okay.
help her to come apart so that we can move.
Okay.
So we are going to do what you have just sent, please. Is that it?
You say what?
What you have just sent, that is what where we are starting.
That is Parkinson's disease.
Okay.
Now we can move.
Okay. What is Parkinson's disease?
Okay.
Parkinson's disease is a chronic neurological disorder that mainly affects movement.
Neurological disorder
Yeah.
that mainly affect movement.
That's it.
How does it occur?
It occurs when certain brain cells that produce dopamine gradually degrade and die. Degenerate and die. That's all.
So,
Yeah.
move on.
Main symptoms of Parkinson's. The classic 4 signs are tremor, shaking, especially in hands at rest.
Mm-hmm.
Rigidity,
Rigidity.
muscles, stiffness, stiffness,
Bradykinesia.
bradykinesia, slowness of movement,
Postural
postural instability,
instability.
poor balance, and other symptoms. Soft speech, small handwriting, depression, sleep problems, memory issues in later stages.
Yes. So let's move from there. Parkinson's disease. They are saying that it is a prolonged neurological disorder that mainly affects our movement. When they say something is chronic, it means it's prolonged. It's a disease that has kept long and is not going off. So it is one of those diseases. And it affects mainly the way we move. When you meet a Parkinson's disease patient, the body trembles, the body is shivering or is shaking. So it says it occurs when certain brain cells that produce dopamine gradually degenerate. They are no more producing and they eventually die, meaning the brain can no more produce dopamine, or the level of dopamine has drastically gone down. Please, are we following?
Yes.
Please.
Yes. Somebody is speaking. They say, what are the main symptoms of Parkinson? And they said there are 4 signs, classic 4 signs that you should look out for as a caregiver. You should look out for these 4 signs. He said, number 1, tremor. You see the person shaking, especially in the hands. Especially when you give the person a mic to speak, you see it very visible. The hands will be trembling. It will be shaking. Some people often hold the other hand in order to reduce it, but you can still see it showing. That is 1. Number 2, stiffness at the joints, the muscles. The person feels rigidity. And then bradykinesia, slowness of movement. You remember this bradykinesia? It reminds you of what? It reminds you of which condition? Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Are we following? It's like I'm the only one in the class.
No.
No,
I'm
Doc, we
saying
are
that
here.
when you hear the word bradykinesia, what word readily comes to your mind?
Stroke.
Yeah.
Maybe stroke.
No, something in the heart.
Yeah, that is low.
Bradycardia. Bradycardia.
Yeah.
Low pulse rate.
Low heart rate. Low heart rate.
That is it. Bradycardia. The beat of the heart is slow.
Yeah.
We have tachycardia and we have bradycardia. The tachycardia is beating very fast, not normal, very fast. And then beating slow, very slow, not the normal one. So when you hear bradykinesia, it reminds you of bradycardia. I hope it's clear.
Yeah.
They are giving us the symptoms of Parkinson.
Okay.
Now move on. Postural instability. The posture.
Yeah.
The way the person stands. The way the person moves, among others. They are saying that what? He has poor balance.
Yeah.
The body is not well balanced. Either the person is tilted one side or the person is bent. So that is what it means by postural instability. They are giving us other symptoms or other signs you should look out for. The 1 is soft speech. We know the person, how he used to speak or how she used to speak. Now the speech has changed and it's very slow. It's telling you that the person has a problem, especially with trembling and the like. What is happening? My phone is misbehaving. Please read the next point. My phone is misbehaving. I can't even see the text.
How dopamine leads to Parkinson's disease.
Okay.
In the brain, there is a region called the substantia nigra.
Negra, yeah.
Yeah. In Latin for black substance.
Okay.
Yeah. This area produces dopamine.
Oh no. Sorry, brother. We didn't finish. Soft speech, small handwriting, depression, and sleep challenges, memory issues, especially in later stages. They are telling us the other symptoms that you can find in the patient. The person is depressed. The person doesn't write well. There is no strength in writing, in holding the whatever is using to write. So the writing, you see it faint, small writing. The person cannot sleep well. He has challenges with insomnia, memory issues. The person cannot remember things fast. These are some of the symptoms that the patient is going to exhibit. And as a caregiver, you need to be observant. You observe the patient, among others. Now let's move to where you were going. How dopamine lead to Parkinson's disease?
In the brain.
In
There
the
is a
brain.
region called substantia nigra, which
Yes.
is in Latin. Okay, black substance.
Okay.
This produces dopamine.
This area.
Yeah.
Oh, please, who is reading?
This area produces dopamine.
Yes. The
Dopamine is
substantia nigra
yeah.
is where the dopamine is produced and then sent to where?
Sent to another area called the basal
Ganglia.
which controls
Yes.
smooth movement,
Smooth
muscle
movement,
coordination,
muscle coordination,
motor control.
and motor control. How to control your limbs is coming from the it starts as the substantia nigra and then moves to the basal ganglia. And then this chemical is released. And then it helps us what? In controlling our movement. So the question is, where do we move the body? Which part of the body does the movement? Yes.
The dopamine.
No. Which part of the body does our movement?
The
Basal
muscles.
ganglia.
No, it is just the control.
Okay.
Is that not your legs? Is it not your legs that is doing the movement?
Yeah, your legs.
Have you observed a Parkinson patient, the way he moves or she moves? How is their movement?
They can't walk properly.
He can't walk. Is he able to lift the leg very well?
No.
Okay, this is practical.
Yeah.
We are reading, but you just apply it, and you know that. Oh, so our movement, the way I'm able to lift my leg, among others, the chemical messenger in charge is which one? Is it serotonin or glutamate? Is it GABA or dopamine? Yes, which one is it?
Sir.
It's the dopamine. So when a patient comes to your place and you examine the person, even from the movement, it should tell you, the caregiver, from the way this person moves, let me check the dopamine. Let me find out how is he or her dopamine level. Because it's like it's not able to lift the limbs. It's not able to lift the hands, especially the legs. The way the person moves. Some people even drag their legs. It means the dopamine level is down. I don't know whether I'm making sense.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
it says it controls the movement. Dopamine support in controlling our movement. And they are produced from the substantia nigra and then sent to the basal ganglia. When I was doing the notes yesterday, I asked a question. Which area of the brain is the substantia nigra, where the dopamine is produced? Which area of the brain? And they were telling me it is not in any of the areas I am thinking of. You know, I was thinking it could be found either in the frontal lobe or in the parietal lobe or in the temporal lobe or in the occipital lobe. You know why I decided to ask that question? You know, when we were in school, I don't know of you, we had some teachers. Instead of you to cane you, they would rather give you a knock on your head. Has any of you experienced that?
Yeah.
Plenty times.
You see, it was out of ignorance. They didn't know the harm they were causing to the people. It was, you were doing that as a correctional measure for the child to cope up. But some of them ended up damaging the children. Some of them ended up damaging the children because either the awareness of these lobes, for that matter, the sensitivity of the brain, where what people were not more conscious about that. And so they could beat you from any angle. They could beat you anyhow. My sister, they nearly destroyed my eye. I'm telling you, anytime I remember I get annoyed, they nearly destroyed my eye. All because of something I could not pronounce. This teacher, without any formula, was just beating me rough with a cane. Unfortunately, the first cane landed on my eye. You can imagine that. Will you believe that to as high as secondary school, teachers were still beating students? That was how serious the issue was. Up to secondary school, teachers were still beating. We had one particular master. He would never use a cane on you. He's going to use his hand. So we were calling him Teacher Knock, because he won't cane you unless he gives you a knock on your head. And he didn't care which side he was giving you the knock. Any part of your head, once it's available, that's where he's going to knock. So it prompted me to find out, where are we going to find this substantia nigra? And it says that it is embedded along the brain stem. The brain stem is not at the surface. It's embedded in the brain. So it is very difficult for you to not to reach there. Unlike the others, the senses of thought, whatever, they are at the sides of, in the 4 areas of the lobes. But this one, substantia nigra and the basal ganglia, they are embedded along the stem cell of the brain. So that is an additional information concerning dopamine production and its site. The next one is muscle coordination. How do you coordinate your movement, the muscles? If they are not well coordinated, you can be in trouble. The person can get muscle pulled. The person can even trip the knee or the lower leg, the phalanges, or the ankle. It can trip. So dopamine is very, very important in muscle coordination, motor control, your movement. How do you do it? All these things are connected to dopamine. My brother, you can continue from there.
In
Parkinson.
Parkinson's disease,
Mhm.
dopamine producing neurons die.
It means when a person is now in the disease, it means the disease is fully now functional in the person's body. What does it mean? It means the dopamine producing neurons are no more alive. They are dead. And once they are dead, they cease to generate dopamine. That is number one. What else?
Dopamine levels drop drastically.
It means the level of or the quantity of dopamine has drastically reduced. The next one.
Without enough dopamine,
What will
the
happen?
brain cannot properly control movement.
That is it. Without enough dopamine, the body cannot move well. It cannot control movement because your movement is not coming from your leg.
Yeah.
The movement instruction is coming from the brain, but the receptors are at the site. So when the chemicals are released, they are the messenger. They are sent. Go to the leg. The one is responsible for the bending of the leg. Tell it to bend. After bending, tell it to release. So you are moving, you bend your leg and stretch your leg is as a result of a chemical messenger. And the receptor is at the side. So when the messenger comes, the receptor knows, is able to identify where the receptor is. So I've been told to tell you to do this. So the receptor is the one that receives the message. And the one bringing the message is called dopamine. And it is looking for what? Dopamine receptor. So I've been told by the brain to tell you to do this. Then the receptor says, thank you very much. How is the brain feeling? I hope it's doing well. It say yes. What is the instruction? It say bend the leg. Then the receptor will respond and the leg will bend. After that, relax the leg. Then the leg will relax again. You release. Your bending and relaxation is as a result of dopamine. The dopamine is coming from where? From the substantia nigra and then sent to the basal ganglia of the brain. Then they send the messenger, which is the dopamine. Go and tell the receptor. This is the message. So do it. So that is how it acts in our body. Let's move on.
Muscles become stiff and slow.
The muscle becomes stiff and slow. Why? I'm getting feedback.
I think it's Mr. Kwabwa.
Yeah.
Please mute your mic.
No, I'm one who is reading.
You are the one reading.
Yeah.
The Wahala Doka. Let's move on.
Okay. The muscles become stiff and slow. And then tremors appear.
So they are telling us the process. The brain cannot properly control the movement because the dopamine, the messenger is dead. I mean, the messenger is not there.
Yeah.
Why? Because those who are to produce are dead. They are known as the dopamine producing neurons. They die. And once they are dead, the dopamine will not be produced. So the basal ganglia has nobody to send. The receptor is there, but the messenger is not coming.
Hello,
So
sir.
we can act. These are some of the challenges. Please, are we clear?
Yes.
Decrease the volume
This
of your
feedback
laptop.
is serious.
Hello, say.
Decrease the volume, the speaker of your phone or your laptop.
And see, okay, I'm actually using a phone.
Then
Let me
decrease
see
the
if
volume.
As
I
you
know.
increase my volume.
Is it
And
Hello.
okay?
immediately you finish talking, you mute your microphone.
Hello,
Okay.
I
say.
think we can have someone else take over from him and let's observe.
I have reduced the volume, but I'm still getting the feedback.
Sir, I would suggest that the one reading, after reading, he should just put the mic off so that you
Okay.
explain.
Okay.
So after the explanation, if she has to read, then she put the mic on and read. Because if the mic is still on whilst you are explaining, it will give us the feedback.
Because my mic
Thank
is
you.
actually half. I didn't make it full.
Yeah, so the one reading is supposed to put the mic off when he finished reading and explaining. Thank you.
So it's not even you, it's the
Okay. Can we move on? Hello?
Yes, please, we can.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we simply put no dopamine leads to poor motor control. Parkinson's symptoms. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
hi.
I should continue.
I'm coming. Muscle becomes stiff and slow. Tremors appear. Simply put, no dopamine leads to poor motor. No dopamine means it leads to poor motor control. Yeah, that's it. So we can move on. Why do dopamine is so critical? Please continue.
Dopamine acts like oil in an engine for movement.
I like that.
With enough dopamine, movements are smooth and coordinated.
Wow.
Without dopamine, movements become slow, rigid, and shaky.
Yes, they are likening movement dopamine to like an engine oil. Without dopamine, without oil in your engine, so many things will break down. So with enough dopamine, our movement will be smooth and coordinated because it coordinates our movement. But without the dopamine, which is the messenger, the movement will become slow, rigid, or even shaky because it is not enough. It is woefully inadequate. So let's understand it that way. Now, what causes dopamine loss?
The exact cause is often unknown, but
Okay.
factors include aging, genetic mutation,
Yes.
toxins such as pesticides and heavy metals,
Mm.
mitochondrial damage,
Mm.
oxidative stress,
Mm.
inflammation in the brain.
These are the common, they say they don't know the exact cause, but these are some factors they think contribute to the loss of dopamine: aging, genetic mutations, the way your cell regenerate after depletion, among others. Mitochondrial damage, we know what it does in the body, the energy center of our cells. Then the common one is toxins. My goodness, we are in trouble. Toxins, pesticides, heavy metals. In fact, I heard something the day before yesterday. I was like, oh God, where are we going? I visited a client at Committee 16, that is around Vivian Farm areas. And I happened to check the lady, and they stated when we read allergies, the lady was allergic to so many things, including certain minerals. cadmium, arsenic, and the like. And we're like, what happened? And then quickly she said, it is nothing but galamsey. I said, oh, galamsey is just one of them. It's just one of them. The people of the north, they don't actually get much of the galamsey related things, but they are also having problem with toxicity. What is the cause? Why don't you look at other causes in addition to the galamsey? Then one of the ladies said yes, and I was given an example of how people use paracetamol to cook meat, especially wole, so that it can be soft. For them not to use too much gas or not to burn too much charcoal, among others. Then the woman said, it is true. Another one was that one time they were coming to do, they were having a wedding in their house, and they bought cassava. And a person among the ladies who were coming to do the cooking suggested that they use alum to wash the cassava. Is somebody following me?
Yes, please, we are
Yes,
following
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. Sir,
He
we are
said they
following you.
use alum
We're
to wash
following.
the cassava. Then I asked her, alum, yeah, and cassava, I'm not seeing the connection. Then she laughed and said, look, when you use the alum to wash the cassava is going to be extra white, very white. So, and I said, what about that? If it is brown, no, they want the food, everybody to appreciate the food. And I said, no. Who is doing it? He said, will you see the one doing it? Go to Makola, go to Agbobloshi. See those very white cassava powder. They are using alum. And we are eating it left, right. In addition to the chemicals in the spices, in addition to the paracetamol in the wole, for that matter, the meat. You want it to cook fast and cook cheap so that you don't use so much gas, so much charcoal, among others. These are some of the sources of our toxicity in the body. And you may think it's just, toxins, and it is nothing. It is going to deplete your dopamine. It is contributing to the depletion of our dopamine. Remember, we are told that dopamine can get finished in the person. And once it is heavily depleted, the person will start to tremble. Among other symptoms, the person will start to tremble. The body will start to begin to shake. The person will start to forget, among others. The person's movement will be compromised. The person will not move as swift as she used to, among others. And so there are some things we take for granted. We just say, ladies, brother, you don't know the ripple effect. The ripple effect is so serious that if you sit down to take them one after the other, you can trace and know where it came from. You might not see it instantly unless those who can sit down and then meditate or think deeply the source of their challenge. For that matter, this is telling us that when a client comes to your facility, these are some of the things we could advise them on. The fact that the cassava dough or the cassava flour is very white does not mean that you should eat it. Watch what you eat, because it will go a long way to contribute to your health. Either it will support or it will degrade your health. This is what I want us to add to whatever we are doing, so that we'll be able to treat our clients and treat them satisfactorily. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Oxidative stress.
Yes.
Oxidative stress. Another killer. Another killer is oxidative stress, which also, among other things, include the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink. Whatever we are doing, they go to either support or negate our health. For that matter, oxidative stress is one of our challenges that can even let somebody grow prematurely. Oxidative stress, inflammation in the brain as a result of what? As a result of disorder in the system. Based on what we said, these three things you introduce into your system through eating or through breathing or through whatever, they are all challenges, and sometimes we don't pay much attention to it and we take them for granted. He said most of them are idiopathic. It means they are not clear. You don't have a clear cause. You don't even know what caused it, but it has taken place. And for that matter, these are some of the things we should sit down. Sometimes you ask the person some nitty-gritty questions that somebody may think, oh, it's not necessary. But as a naturopath, it's very necessary. Lifestyle, the area the person lives, environmental, psychological, and so on and so forth. All these things come under those things. And then you should be able to go through and see where the challenge is in your client. Let's move on. What is the history of Parkinson's disease?
Sir, can I ask the question?
Yes, sister.
Okay, so I need clarification here regarding the alum you mentioned.
Yes.
Because you said it depletes the dopamine within. But what I know is that this same alum is used in purifying the water we drink. So what happens to us then?
A necessary evil. That's a necessary evil. That is
sir, to add to the coconut seller, they are used that. Yeah.
I'm hearing, brother. I'm hearing.
And then I'll add to the Mama Christy. For that coconut seller, what the alum that they are used to for the coconut, is it still infecting?
It is very, very bad. Me, anytime I go there, I tell them that I don't want the one they already peeled. Please pick a fresh one, pick a different one, and then peel it for me. Then you see the person is in. I said, if you are not ready, I'm not taking, I'm not buying. Keep your thing. It's serious. There are some things we don't take them into consideration. The alum the Ghana Water Company is using, including the chlorine, they are necessary evil. They feel that it is better than the germs that is going to be in the water for them to drink them raw. So that is a necessary evil, sister. You are aware.
But so what do we do?
What do we
do regarding the water we drink? Is there any way we can't, get it eliminated? That is what, because we still have to drink water. Which way what can we do to be able to get it before we consume it?
Sister has asked a question. What do we do? Let's bring our minds together. Maybe we can get a solution to that. Yes. And somebody give us a suggestion.
Yes, Doug. I want to make a suggestion because all that you say are what we have been taking in, day out. So to avoid any danger, I think occasionally we can be taking activated charcoal, so that if there is any poison of such manner, it can actually reduce it,
Yes,
and then we can prolong our life.
it is true. So you see, an idea has come. We can use activated charcoal. Any other thing?
I think water leaves. Yeah, boko boko.
How are you going to do it?
Normally, I think you grind from the plant and then wash it as we know. Then cook it about 10 to 15 minutes and drink it in the morning, or flesh one, blending it will clear all that any poison.
So that you drink.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's another one. Any other? Because we are learning, we are going to apply.
Doctor, good morning and a good morning to team.
Yeah, good
I think
morning.
we can also do this. I think we can also do this. Activated charcoal and then clay. Activated clay. We can put the two together, put it in the water, and then allow it to stay for some time. That will purify the water very well, and then we can drink. You know, we even use it for as eye drop, which is as clean as anything. To take away all the whatever toxins are in the water. Thank you.
I like that. You see, wisdom is with everybody. If you don't throw it out, you will lose, because you only stick to the one you know, and then you will lose. But if you throw it out, everybody will bring his or hers. Then together we learn, and we now have more options. On my side, my company has a product called antilipemic tea. This antilipemic tea is a combination of 6 herbs. Among them is a particular herb called Gymnosperma pentaphyllum. They call it miracle herb. So usually what we advise our people is that when you are going out of Accra, or you are going to some place, always make sure you have few of the sachets with you. When you go to the place and you don't trust the purity of the water, please drop the tea in it. And it is also going to help you detoxify the water. Another way we can do is we can boil the water and then sieve it. Another way. But usually I give the tea. Myself, when I'm traveling to my hometown, I carry the tea along. Sometimes change of environment. Sometimes the taste of the water coming from the ground. You know, we have some places when they pump the water, it is salty. Other place too, it tastes like sugar. And then whatever, it all depends on what is on the earth, or at the place. And so the water coming out will take that scent or whatever. So if you have this, you can put it inside to be able to help you detoxify the water before you drink. I have experienced it severally. But like I said, I don't want to say it quickly so that I will hear what other people do, then I add it to what I know. Just like what I'm saying, you can also add it to what you know if you didn't know that. And it is very, very good. If you are able to do that, you are playing it safe. Other times, when we go to China, they make sure we drink the tea before we eat. After eating, they will put the tea and put a kettle there with the glasses. They are telling you that boil the tea again and drink before you go to bed. All these things are measures to make sure you purify or you detoxify your system. So yes, they are there. I will take the cassava or the face the wall and quickly chew and drink water on top so that it will protect me. That is those who know. What about the one who doesn't know? And that's the reason why after you have finished seeing the person, it is going to be one of the products you are going to recommend for your client. Please, that makes sense.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes.
The coconut, you mentioned about the coconut with the alon. What do you mean?
Yes.
How is it applied to the coconut, the alon?
Please, let's hear the one who gave the answer before I come in. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
They are using that alum water for the coconut the time they are sharpening so that it cannot be dry. The sun cannot dry the coconut, so it looking like a fresh one.
So you mean what, they sprinkle water on it?
Yes. They will peel the coconut.
Yes.
Ready to be cracked. But after doing that, when a customer has not yet come, they don't want it to get dry.
Okay.
So from time to time, they will sprinkle the alum water on it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, from time to time, they sprinkle until they get a buyer and they dump it on you and take your money.
Okay.
But how can that have an effect in the juice? Because it's the outer part.
Wow. Sister, it has. It has. It has effect on the water.
Okay.
Yes. It has effect on the water. Seriously.
Right, but what? Okay, but what the alum makes it look fresh? So if you do regular water, it doesn't look fresh.
No.
Is that?
Yes. You always see them because it is in a bottle. Then they'll be sprinkling it from time to time. They sprinkle on it. I don't usually take it. When I drink, I tell them, no, I don't want. Take a different one for me. That is just the coconut too. But the other one that Sister Christy said, my sister, I hope you are speaking from Jamaica, right?
Yes, I am. And
this one is coming from our drinking source.
Yeah,
it flows from your tap in your house.
Wow.
Oh yes, in your house. As soon as you put on your tap, it will flow. So if you are not aware, you'll be drinking it. Now, a lot of people don't drink it. They only use it for house activities, like flashing or washing and bathing. But to drink it, no. They buy purified water.
Yeah, I always boil the water. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. But I'm going to say something. For about 20 years now, I don't use regular deodorant. There's this one called Crystal that is used from crystals. And it doesn't have like aluminum, and it's a natural deodorant. So once I traveled to Nigeria and I forgot it. And my friend told me, she said, oh, you can just use alon because it's alon. So I did use alon, and it really was effective. It was just for that visit. So it was just for about a week. But I was using it on my underarm. I know that it did feel strong because it was strong. So I had to temper it a bit.
That is it.
Yeah.
because
But
it will penetrate into your system seriously. Our
okay,
body is made of pores,
yeah.
small holes, but because they are compact, you may not take note. And
Okay.
so it's like there is a chemical they sell in town at our place. They use it for tooth challenge. People who have teeth challenge, those who have toothache, sometimes they buy it. It's vapor. When you apply it on your hand, within a short time, you are going to feel it at your feet. How did it get there? You didn't swallow it. You just apply it on your hand. And then you are going to start feeling it at your feet because it has penetrated. We also have another product. We use it for people with asthma. You don't take it orally. You will clean the person's chest and rub the cream at the ribs, and the asthmatic patient will feel relief. How did that happen? Because of penetration. It will penetrate. So one time I had to ask, what makes it get assimilated so fast? They said the technology involved. They said they are using nanotechnology. And so it can penetrate very fast. I don't know whether it was this class that I said I went to a school and a student collapsed, not knowing that he had an asthmatic attack. And the headmaster was confused because the school is at an obscure place. They call that school Senior High. So we were there pleading with the headmaster to take our ward and give him boarding facility. And the man said no, he's going to be a day student. It means he will go to school, close, and go back home and come the following day. We wanted him to stay at the hostel so that he could stay there and study and have peace of mind. But the man said we cannot get it. Whilst we were there, one of the students fell to the ground. He had an asthmatic attack. That very tea I was talking of, fortunately, I had some in my car. So I was quiet because the man refused to give my ward the boarding facility. Then the father of the boy whom we were trying to get the boarding facility for went to the headmaster and told him that, senior, have you seen that man standing over there? Then the headmaster turned and saw me standing. He said, yes. He said, he can do something about the boy's asthmatic attack. Instantly, the headmaster came to me and said, excuse me, gentleman. I said, yes, sir. He said, I understand you can do something about this boy's asthmatic attack. I said, yes, I can. But the condition is boarding facility. Boarding facility. If you will give, I'll pay attention to the boy.
Hands go, hands come.
I'll go and come. Then he said, do the thing first, and let's see how we will solve it. Then I requested for hot water. They brought the hot water. I opened, I tore the tea, put it inside, and made it to simmer. The content of the tea to simmer into the water. Then I took a quantity of the cream, begin to stir it to mix with the tea solution. After that, I made the boy to strip. We took off his shirt, and then we used some of the water to clean the chest. And then I began giving him tablespoon of the solution. 1, 2. By the third one, the boy could now breathe and breathe well. So the headmaster said, no, what did you do? I said, you saw me doing the thing. You saw what I did. There and then the headmaster said, follow me to my office. Because the guy had, had recovered. And then the man said, follow me to my office. I followed him to the office and he said, hey, what is your ward's name? I mentioned. He granted me the boarding facility and said he will not give me the remaining of the tea and the cream. I said, I'm not bothered. So what I'm trying to say is that there are so many ways by which we are doing things and we don't consider it to be anything. But as a matter of fact, it is affecting you. Oh, I'm only applying it to my body. It will penetrate. And when it penetrates, it is going to either be in your favor or against you, depending on what you use. So aluminium, alum, you might think it's only washing. It's not the washing alone. Definitely some will go into the cassava and then you will eat it. The one they use to prepare our water, you are even drinking it. And so it will go into your system. You may take it that, oh, this one is nothing. Nothing. You keep increasing. Before you realize, it has made the system toxic. That's the reason why sometimes when our clients come, we need to probe them. Probe them, and sometimes they could reveal to you a very vital information that is going to help you to stand on it and then be able to recommend or do a very good or nice or correct diagnosis for the person. If not, most often than not, the patient will keep some vital information and then you will be going round and round and the person is looking at you until they owe up and tell you what they actually did or what they are really going through. Then you will be able to base on that and then treat the person well. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir. So,
yes, please.
Yes.
So, about the land, the pipe-borne water.
Yes.
Cooking it, is it have any infection too? We used to cook the food.
Some people feel that because of the introduction of the heat, it's going to nullify some of whatever is in the water. But what about the chemical? The chemical. Whether the heat will be able to neutralize the chemical is another question. So it is always good we prevent. Find out the best solution. It might not be the best, but in the interim, it is something that is going to save you. Some people still filter it. Some do a lot of filtration. After that, they boil it. So it all depends on the individual and the situation in which you find yourself. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's move on. Who was leading?
Can I come in?
Yes, please come in.
This is Eunice from Jamaica.
Okay.
What I learned with the coconut also, especially the dry ones, when the coconut is not well dry, to a perfection, dry coconut, what they do to harden it, they normally dip it into salt water. Yes, and when you see the outer part of the coconut, when it is open the skin and remove, and you want to break it as a dry coconut, if the coconut is not fully dry, they would dip the whole coconut cups into the salt water, and then when you, especially I experience it here in America, no matter how you purchase a dry coconut at the store, the outer part doesn't look dry. It appears white, but however, when you burst the coconut open, the water is sour. The inside of the water is, however, when you burst the coconut, behind the coconut where the husks is, You can see where the substance is decaying, but it's very hard.
Mm.
In Jamaica, if our coconut is spoiling, when we pick it from the tree or it drops underneath the tree, when you break it, then if it's sour, then it seems that it will be rotting.
Mm.
For this way, it's not rotting, but it's hard. It's very hard.
Because
And
of
I
the
was
sodium.
wondering if they dip it in alum, but when I study, I realized they dip it into salt water.
Mhm. So you see, that's another way. And they mention sodium as one of them, and salt is sodium. So they are all part of human life. You just have to be alert on yourself as well as your clients. Because all this is as a result of what? Not being able to sell instantly. And you don't also want to throw them away. Uh-huh. I remember one time I went to some place and bought kenke in Ghana. If a fish is not supposed to be hard, when they gave me the fish was hard as something. I was like, what is happening? Then I frequented myself at the place for some time. Then I got to know that anytime the fish did not finish being sold, the following day they refry it. They refry it and then bring it back to the market. So they can fry it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times until the fish finishes. They will never throw it away. And they won't tell you. Then another one, they call something shito, black pepper. I made another observation and I realized that the oil they used in frying the fish, they fry it the first time, sometimes they fry it the second time, they fry it the third time. Before the fourth time, the thing will turn black. And when it turns black, don't throw it away. Then they convert it to shito. And if you eat that shito, you are in trouble. But people are doing it. You tell them, "Oh, so you mean I should pour it away? And who gives me back my money?" That is where you just have to be very careful what you eat, especially outside your home. What you eat is something that you should pay attention to. I took that shito and I felt sick. I didn't take note. Another time I took it and I felt sick again. Then now I began to monitor. And when I finally got to know that, I remember it was my wife who even prompted me. She was laughing and said, "You dear, but you eat anything. You don't know what is going on. This is what is going on, ABC." So when I took note of that, now I don't take shito. If I want to take shito, I buy the sachet one. The sachet one is more safe than, oh, they want shito, let me give you, but they put it for you. You will take it, but you will pay. You will pay dearly for it. So these are all human life. The coconut, it didn't finish. He too is not ready to throw it away, among others. So brothers and sisters, we are health caregivers. We need to be well informed about what is happening on the ground so that we can be able to use it to support our clients. I hope it's clear.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. And there are times when we eat our food, especially people that like to store food in the refrigerator,
Yeah.
and you say to them, you're not supposed to store food in the refrigerator, and then you take out and you reheat and you eat and you reheat. It's
It's keep
poison. You
reheating.
get food poisonings. And I said to them, did you know that refrigerator is the easiest thing to form bacteria?
Yes.
And they said no. I said, so that's why you're feeling sick, because sometimes because of the lead in the food and the water you use to cook it and the way you put it away and then you reheat and you eat it. That's why it allows you, slows you down. For sometimes we are having poison in our body and we don't even know, because
You can't
sometimes
even tell the source.
right, you can't tell the source if you don't discipline yourself and acknowledge things when it happened, where it comes from, then it's very hard to see
That
when you
is
get
it.
damage from even your food that you eat daily.
That is it. So, it's a problem. It's a
Sir,
problem.
sir,
Yeah.
I'll
Yes,
I'll
sir.
give you my wife should talk one of this time and you test and see.
Okay. I hope it's not.
Not all.
It is not. It's not fried and refried before converted.
No, 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 no.
It drove me off. So anytime you see me, I'm buying the sachet one, 5 CDs. I buy and put down so that I play it safe. I'll not go and use my money to go and buy sickness. So that is just by the way.
So should I continue?
Yes, sister, please.
I think someone is on the floor, right? Okay. What is the history of Parkinson's disease?
Carry on.
I think someone wants to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the name of the tea.
Our tea, antilipamic tea. Antilipamic tea. Oh, it's very popular. Antilipamic tea. Anti means against. Lipid means fat, a smaller unit of fat. So it actually burns against fat. It clears internal heat, among others.
Can you please put a picture on the platform for us when we are done with the class?
No problem. I'm even sitting on one right now.
Okay, thank you.
I'll just snap and send it. Let's go move on.
Okay. So what is the history of Parkinson's disease?
Yes, I'm very interested in the history.
Encyclopedia Britannica has it that the first description of Parkinson's disease was in 1817.
1817.
By Dr. James Parkinson, a British physician. He wrote a book called An Essay on the Shaking Palsy.
Okay.
He described it as tremor, stiffness, bent posture, and slow walking.
Yes. Carry on.
Later, the disease was named Parkinson's disease in his honor. In the 1950s, dopamine discovery. Scientists discovered Parkinson's patients had low dopamine in the brain.
Okay.
This was a major breakthrough in the 1960s. Treatment revolution started by doctors who introduced levodopa, L-dopa, a drug that the brain converts into dopamine. This remains the gold standard treatment.
Wow. Let's move on. Is Parkinson curable?
Can someone take over, please?
Oh, what is going on? Is Parkinson curable?
Is Parkinson's curable?
Mm-hmm.
No permanent cure yet.
No permanent cure yet, but
it is manageable.
It is manageable with what?
Medications.
Uh-huh.
Levodopa.
Uh-huh.
Dopamine.
Uh-huh.
Agonist.
Okay. Physiotherapy.
Exercise. Speech therapy.
Uh-huh.
Healthy lifestyle. Big picture summary. Concept. Role. Dopamine. Controls movement. Substantia nigra. Reduces dopamine. Dopamine loss. Causes Parkinson. Main problem. Neuron degeneration. First described. 1817 by James Parkinson. The key treatment is levodopa.
Okay.
One powerful teaching line. Parkinson's disease is a disorder of movement caused by the progressive loss of dopamine producing neurons in the brain.
So they are telling us that there is no cure yet, but exercises and other. Okay, let me add the last one, then we know that we are done with it. I just sent it. Researchers and clinicians sometimes talk about diet. Have you seen it? Please, have you seen it?
Yes, please.
I just sent it right now.
Yes, yes, it's here.
So you can read.
Researchers and clinicians sometimes talk about diet and lifestyle choices that may support brain health in people with Parkinson's based on current scientific evidence.
Okay.
1. Regular exercise.
Okay.
Not a product, but one of the strongest natural ways to help manage symptoms.
Okay.
Benefits shown in studies. Improves mobility and balance. May slow progression of motor symptoms.
Okay. So now let me come in. They are saying that according to researchers and clinicians, sometimes they talk about diet and lifestyle choices that is going to help to improve the brain health. And that brain health in people with Parkinson. And this is based on current scientific evidence. And they are saying that number one, regular exercise. That one of the strongest natural ways to help manage symptoms of Parkinson is to do exercise. What will the exercise do? It benefits in your mobility, how you move, and then balance. I said in the earlier submission that there are some people, you look at their posture, they cannot stand upright. You realize that they are not balanced. They are tilted either to the right or they are tilted to the left. And sometimes when you are observing, you can see that one shoulder is higher than the other side, other shoulder. That means the person is tilted towards the lower side. You can see it. I have a few friends like that. They are tilted, they are not straight. Then it says they may also slow progression of motor symptoms. Your limbs, the way your limbs move, it will also show. It will also support mood and sleep. The exercise will help you to what? To improve your mood. The depression nature of the person will improve. You can see excitement returning gradually to the person's life. Among others, the person can now sleep. Maybe not up to the required number of hours, but there will be improvement in the person's sleep. The exercise may also what? Slow progression of the trembling of the limbs. Like I said, there are some people, they are shivering. They tremble, they shake. With the exercise, it can help to reduce it gradually. Now they are saying what type of help exercise is going to help those people. Please, you can move on. The type of exercise that help, type that help.
Walking.
Cycling.
Tai Chi. Yoga.
And yoga. That's not all.
Balance training.
Dance and balance training. Yes. You'll be dancing like you are playing. but in the long run, it's helping the person. Or yoga. They can sit down for long period, meditate. Tai Chi, stretching the limbs, stretching the limbs like that, as if you are playing, but you are serious. Tai Chi, among others. Cycling, riding a bicycle, or whatever. And then walking. You walk. I have a very rich man in my area. I don't want to mention the name. He's very popular. Even this morning, I met him. The man doesn't joke with exercise. And the way he disguises himself, if you don't know him, you don't even know that he's the one. He doesn't joke. He's a serious person in exercise. I've known him to do this exercise more than 10 years. Yes. The next one is what? A balanced brain, healthy diet.
While no food cures Parkinson's, certain patterns are linked with better brain health.
Yes. They are going to give us the type.
Mediterranean style diet. Focuses on
what does it do? It focuses on what?
Fruits and vegetables.
It focuses on fruits and vegetables.
Whole grains.
Why is fruit and vegetable important in terms of movement? Was it this class or the other class that we did nutrigenetics and nutrigenomics? It was not this class. Maybe the other class. We are told there are some minerals, they pair perfectly, like calcium and magnesium. You see, magnesium is found in grains, and it has a role that it plays in your mobility. As your leg stretches and then bends, it is mostly controlled by calcium and magnesium, and we can find magnesium in the grains. That is why it's important, among others, that you take a lot of vegetables and fruits. It has so many advantages if you know that. The next one is whole grains. Whole grains also serve as fiber that is going to make your stool not to stick to each other. Yes. Then we have legumes and nuts. Then we have olive oil. Then we have moderate fish. Not eating too much fish, but moderately. Then we have the other potential benefits. They are, some of them are what? Anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory. Some of them are also rich in antioxidants. And then they support general brain function. Especially with the fish, you will get omega-3 fatty acid, which is very good for our brain. So, taking fish will help a Parkinson's disease patient. Why? Because it is a brain-related condition. And omega-3 fatty acid is one of the natural remedies you can employ to improve the functioning of the brain. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Number 3, turmeric. Somebody should read.
Turmeric.
Turmeric, yes.
Turmeric curcumin. Turmeric contains curcumin.
Yes, curcumin, yes.
With anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects.
That is it. Anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. They support against inflammation. They also support against oxidation. Yes, turmeric is a natural product. Very good for that. So in addition to the fish, we can also take turmeric. What else?
What research says, some studies suggest a curcumin may protect brain cells in lab models.
Yes.
Evidence in
In
humans
humans is
and not
limited.
conclusive. Note, curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own. Black pepper, into brackets, piperine, can help absorption, but always talk to a doctor before using supplements.
Yes, they are giving us an advice, but they say it is limited or not conclusive. However, if you want to employ that, take that measure, consult a doctor. No problem, we'll do that. The number 4, green tea.
Green tea contains polyphenols, especially EGCG, which have antioxidant properties. Some small studies suggest potential brain benefits, but results are not strong enough to recommend it as a treatment.
The question,
Number
there's a
5.
question there. What is it what? EGCG, is that it?
Yes, EGCG.
What is the meaning of EGCG? I'm checking out. Epigallocatechin gallate. Epigallocatechin gallate. EGCG is a powerful antioxidant found mainly in green tea. It belongs to a class of compounds called catechins, which are part of the larger group called polyphenols. So it is coming from polyphenols. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Green tea, that tea I was telling you contains, among other properties, is green tea plus the ginosperma, among others. So when we take that one, it will help us. Let's move to the number 5, coenzyme Q10.
Coenzyme Q10 into brackets
And creatinine.
CoQ10 and creatinine. These are
Is it
natural
creatine?
compounds. Creatine.
Let's hear you. These are natural compounds.
Studied for Parkinson's.
Carry on.
CoQ10, antioxidant found in
Mitochondria.
Creatine supports cellular energy. And then important, larger clinical trials have shown clear benefits. So these aren't recommended as treatment.
What is creatine? CREATINE. What is creatine? I'm checking out on the creatine. You see, it is confusing with creatinine. This is creatine. They say it is coming from amino acid like arginine, glycine, and methionine in the body. They are essential amino acids. And they are found in food like meat and fish. They store mostly in our muscles, which help rapidly produce ATP. That is adenotriphosphate. That is the cell's main energy molecule. So that is creatine. It's different from creatinine. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let's
Number
go to
6.
omega. I didn't even see it. Omega 3.
Number 6. Omega-3 fatty acids.
Yes.
Found in fatty fish, into bracket
Yes.
salmon, sardines.
Flax.
And we have flax seeds.
Walnut.
We have walnut.
Yes.
They are linked to reduced inflammation, heart, excuse me, heart and brain health.
Yeah.
Though not specific to Parkinson's, healthy fats are beneficial for overall nervous system functioning.
That is it. So not necessarily for the brain, but it's good for the nervous system. Let's move on.
Number 7, probiotics.
Okay.
/ fiber for gut health. People with Parkinson's commonly have gut issues.
Okay.
A healthy gut may support immune function, improve digestion. Probiotics into bracket natural bacteria.
Yeah, they are the natural bacteria.
And high fiber foods into bracket vegetables and beans are generally safe and supportive, though they don't treat Parkinson's directly. Number
How we are
8.
following. They are telling us what we shall do to reduce the effect of Parkinson on our patient. The next one, number 8.
Yes, number 8, antioxidant - rich foods. Foods high in antioxidants help reduce oxidative stress, a factor in Parkinson's progression. Examples: berries, dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds. These foods are safe and part of a healthy diet.
So we have used dopamine as one of the neurotransmitters that I'm going back to the notes. As one of the neurotransmitters, how it functions in our body. And so we are going to pause here and receive 1 or 2 questions so that I can plead with you and go and prepare for my Friday worship. Any question up to this point? Any question? If no question, let's go back to the page and check on the health relevance. The health relevance of the chemistry of thought. What is the health relevance of the chemistry of thought? Otherwise known as the molecular level of neuroscience. With nutrition, it says that health relevant nutrition supplies amino acids. Amino acids, vitamins, and mineral for our neurotransmitters. It means nutrition will help us to provide the vitamins and mineral that our neurotransmitters, known as the chemical messengers, what they need. Helps because we are skipping drugs, and then supplements so that they can act at this chemical level. If we are able to do that, it is something that is going to help us improve the conditions of our clients. I'm seeing some message. You cannot see. It is the last week note, so it's on the last week slides. It's on the last week slides. So you can see it there, please. Have we seen it? Yeah, thank you. So if there's no other question for now, I will plead with you today. We'll close a bit early so that I'll go and prepare and then do something.
A question here, sir.
Okay.
Is Eunice from Jamaica.
Okay.
What I notice in patients that have stroke, when they're having the imbalance to stand, also I notice they have a shaking of like the head and the hands. The hands are not strong enough to grip to hold. Otherwise, the head always keep rocking like a doll. Could it be?
We are here.
Could it be some symptoms of the Parkinson's disease?
You know, we have something we call remote cause and immediate cause. There are some conditions, something triggered somewhere, and much attention was not paid to that. Then it could lead to another thing. And when it leads to that thing, the others will now begin to show up. In that case, we cannot conclude it's Parkinson. What we know is that the patient is struck by stroke. And then sometimes some people are so weak that they cannot even move. And then when they try to move, they tremble. We cannot conclude that it is Parkinson because the immediate cause is stroke. And as we are all aware, stroke has something to do with the blood vessels. And then also the joints sometimes. And then also deal with what? Movement, mobility, and so on and so forth. So at that time, you cannot conclude that it is Parkinson because what is visible to you is the stroke. And stroke, the other name is called blood accident. So you will have to work on that first. If you are satisfied that, oh, with the issue of the stroke is settled, but the person is still trembling, then that will give you a cause to look into the Parkinson. But the good news is that most of the products you are going to recommend could also support Parkinson as well as the stroke challenge, because they are mostly similar. But you cannot conclude at once that is the Parkinson, because that is not what you saw initially. What made you clear is the stroke, which could be as a result of diabetes or hypertension. So this is what we can say for now. Maybe somebody has another idea or another answer so that we could learn.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I want to say something about the alum.
Yo.
That the effect of the alum. You see, those people who have a very, very bad scent on them.
Yeah.
Like you sit in a car, you cannot breathe because there's somebody that is smelling so bad, sometimes like a rotten meat, or sometimes a very high sweat scent.
Yes.
When you dip this alum in water and keep it overnight, you just let the person use a little bit of it in the armpit and then at the back of the ear to sleep with. Say a whole week or two. That scent goes out and goes forever. So it means that it actually penetrates into the the nerves into the body, because that type of scent, we know that they say when a child is born and was not well washed and there's a small trace of blood on the child, then the person grows forever and is smelling, but they don't know. But sometimes you can't even sit in an office with such a person.
It's true.
So that the remedy for that thing is the alum water. Yes, I've done it several times for people. So I want everybody to know.
Hey,
you just
let me run
give
to
the
Tema.
alum.
I have a case there. The same case.
Okay, you put the alum in water and allow the person to just pour some and use it in the armpit and some at the back of the ear and sleep with it every day, maybe for about 1 or 2 weeks. Then the scent goes and goes forever. Yes.
I have a man and a lady. This lady, if you see her, very beautiful.
Yes.
But the moment she gets engaging with a man, before the man will run away.
Yes, because the scent is too much.
Yes. But when you see her as a man, you can look at her once.
Yeah. So you apply that for her.
I'll go and look for her.
Thank you.
And another guy too, I know. So the other guy, anytime you see him, he's using very strong perfume, all the time perfumes.
Yes. Sometimes they know they will use, some even go for injections, but it doesn't work. Because it's like, I don't know, it's a natural thing. I was told that when the baby is born and the blood was not totally washed out of the baby.
That is what I was also told.
Just a trace of it, and then that causes for the whole person's life. But that alum is the remedy.
Wow.
Yeah, so go and try it. We are all in class.
Thank you
We
so
are
much.
learning.
I'm happy to hear this.
Yeah,
because
welcome.
this guy, we have done whatever we could, it's not going.
Yes, so that is a secret. Go and use
Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm so happy. This guy, when he hear you, thank me. Then I'll tell him to bring me 1 cup of Gary, so I'll bring it to you.
I want to ask a quick question. I know you have to go. I was trying to answer when you said questions, but I couldn't press the unmute quickly.
No.
The Parkinson's, does it have anything to do with a buildup of metals in the body, in the brain?
So, you know, we have two major class of minerals. It could be a buildup of that. It could also be a factor.
Okay.
We have positive minerals in the body and negative minerals. The positive ones are the calcium, the zinc, and the like. They are the positive minerals. And the negative minerals are aluminium, arsenic, cadmium. Name them. They are many. If they build up, they can cause a lot of problems. But they are all inside your body. So sometimes when they go up, then you do detoxification. Then it brings it down. As you keep eating, it is building up again gradually. Then you check up and then you reduce it. If you take it for granted, it can worry you.
Okay. There's a gentleman who said he had a cure. Please, I'd love to, like you could post it in the group or something, please.
No problem. I'll check and send it.
And there is something called EDTA. I don't know if you know about it.
Which one?
EDTA. It's a long technical word. That was developed.
Is it an abbreviation?
Yeah. Yes. It's the acronym for the chemical name. So that developed in
trying to write it quickly.
EDTA.
Okay, when we finish, you can text it to me, please.
I will. So it is something that was developed after World War II, and that removes metals from the body. You have to take it in very, very low dosages, and it is apparently it's a well kept secret.
Wow.
So-called well kept secret in the pharmaceutical industry, because during the whole COVID thing, that's when I heard about it. And I also heard that it is good to applied to like Parkinson's patients.
Wow.
Yeah,
That will be
I
fine.
right now as well.
But how
Not
can it be
everything.
got?
Pardon
Madam,
me.
how can it be got?
And that's another thing. It can be very, very difficult to get, but it can be. You can check on Amazon.
Okay.
The food grade. You have to get the food grade version.
You can send it to the page so that we can all look at it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. We are sharing. See, we are all sharpening each other.
Yes. Thank you.
Which is very good. Thank you so much. If there's no other question, I will thank you people for making time for us to discuss. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. Bye.
Sir, you've not still sent a picture of the tea and the cream.
I will do it. I'll do it. I'll do it, please.
Thank you.
I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Madam Alpha, now,
Okay.
this is it.
Bye-bye.
The tea you're talking about.
Please
This
don't
is the
exit. Please don't leave.